Hi, this is Samantha with Repair My Moonwalk, and today I'm going to be showing you how to use this quick stitch sewing awl. This sewing awl actually comes inside our repair kits here. It also has vinyl, netting, a lot of other things that you need to do minor repairs, and this comes in the kit. And so I'm going to show you how to use it today. We're going to start by opening it up. All this thread you can use to rewind the bobbin that's inside here. So you pull this piece out, and there's a bobbin inside, and so this is going to be important later. First thing you want to do is unscrew the top. And there's going to be two needles inside, a curved needle and a straight needle. We're going to be using the straight needle, and you can just put that to the side. And there's a grooved end on the needle and a round end, and you want to make sure to have the grooved end facing this line right here. You want all of this lining up. I'm going to be using this thread here to show you how to thread the sewing awl, but when you go through here, you're just going to take the bobbin that comes in the kit, find the end, and stick it through this hole. Once you stick it through the hole, you can go ahead and put the bobbin back in here and then cap it off. So the bobbin will stay in there and you have as much thread as you need to complete the repair. Then you're going to take this, you're going to wrap it around this to keep tension. You're going to follow this groove up in here, and there's going to be a hole right there. There's two holes here to keep the extra needles, and then there's a third hole that you're going to thread the needle or the thread through. And since we have the groove following along this line on the needle, you're going to go through the needle and pull it through. So when you're done, you'll have the bobbin in here and the thread will be coming out here, and then you can just cap it off. Once all that's done, you just put the cap back on it. Make sure the thread is all pulled through and screw it on. And then you're ready to go.
When starting your stitch, it is easier to prepare the area that you're going to stitch by pre-punching the holes using the sewing awl, so that once you begin your stitch, you already have holes to put the needle through. Depending on how thick the vinyl is, you can start by punching, or you can go straight into sewing the area that needs to be repaired. Once you insert the needle through the vinyl, pull back the needle slightly so that the thread creates a gap. You're going to find the side of the needle with the groove, and you're going to pull a piece of thread from the underside of the vinyl through that loop, and then you're going to pull the needle back out of the vinyl and repeat the process by punching it a second time. You will repeat this process all the way down the stitch until you reach the end. Once you finish your stitch, you will go backwards across the same stitching you've already completed to lock the stitch in. You will do this at the beginning and end of the stitch to ensure that the stitch does not come loose in the future. Once you have stitched all the way across, ensuring that both ends are locked in, you have completed the stitching of your repair.